Someone is typing, someone is typing. That's optic. Yeah, let's see your phones. Where? Are they coming? Yeah. Few will be holding their rally tonight here. Right now there's just about, it's slightly past 7 o'clock and there's around maybe less than 100 people around right now. And we are expecting the rally to be starting in a few minutes time. Crowd is generally quite quiet for now, and we'll be expecting things to heat up as the rally starts later. So just to give a little background, for NSP they will be sending a total of 12 candidates for the general elections this year, with 5 of them contesting under the Sembawang GRC, as well as the other 5 led by NSP President Sebastian Teo at Tampines GRC. The remaining 2 will be contesting in 2 SMCs, mainly the McPherson SMC as well as the Pioneer SMC. So the team at Sembawang GRC is actually led by Organizing Secretary of the party, Spencer Ng, and together with him are different members such as Abdul Rashid, Eugene Yeo, Kevin Lim, as well as Yazid Harris. For Miss Kevin Lim, she is actually one of the youngest candidates for the general elections this year. At 26, she is actually also a mother of a 2-year-old son, and she has said in the media that she will be championing single moms' rights as well as championing transport issues. So we will be expecting her to be speaking at the rally later and to be addressing these issues. We'll be also expecting the president of the party, Sebastian Teo, to speak later. Sebastian is actually contesting in Tampines GRC as we stream live right here from Happy TV. And do catch the other rallies as well that are going on right now on the website. Thank you.
Hello, good evening. Yeah, it will be a little bit of delay because the guest of speaker hasn't really arrived yet. Sorry about that. So we have to postpone until about 7:30. 非常对不起，因为一些讲员还来不及到这里来，因为交通的问题、阻塞的问题，所以非常的抱歉。我们只能够再延迟多15分钟，好吗？谢谢你们，谢谢你们的光临和到来，对不起。 Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this rally. And this is the first rally of NSP. Tonight, altogether, we have 9 speakers, including our President and the Secretary General. They will be here a bit later. Now we're going to start our rally. Tomorrow night, we will have another one at Tampines. Hopefully, you, perhaps your friends, staying in Tampines to come and attend the rally and give us a feedback about your opinion on the policies. Tonight, our speakers, they are going to speak all sort of unpopular policy under the PAP government, ranging from education, healthcare, transportation, CPF, etc., etc. They will add their views, opinions, and suggestions to the government, and you may also raise your feedback to the party after the rally. 今天晚上非常欢迎大家的到来，这是我们国民团结党第一次的群众大会。明天晚上我们在丹滨林区还有另外的一场，希望你们或者你们在丹滨林的那些朋友也能够到明晚的那个群众大会来给我们支持。 今天晚上我们一共有9位的讲员，包括我们的主席和秘书长。待会他们才会到来，因为交通的问题，他们赶不及，非常的抱歉和对不起。今天晚上一共有9位的讲员，他们会针对很多不受欢迎的政策提出他们的看法和批评，其中包括教育问题、医药问题、交通问题、公积金问题等等，这些都是长期以来行动党政府所给予我们的一些不公平的对待、不公平的压力。今天晚上他们都会提出他们的一些看法。过后，如果你们有任何的意见或者建议的话，到结束之后，你们也可以找我们的这些候选人来交流，来提供你们的这些看法和意见。你们的看法和反馈是非常重要，也非常有用的。So your feedback is very important and valuable. We hope that you will give a suggestion and opinion after this rally to our candidates. So now we invite the first speaker is our Mr. Abdul Rashid. He's a veteran in political arena. He has contested 3 general elections. Now he's a businessman.And is going to speak in Tamil. 我们的第一位讲员呢是阿杜拉西先生，他是一位相当成功的商人，他在过去也曾经参加过3届的群众国会的大选。今天晚上我们就由他来开始这个群众大会，跟你们谈一谈他个人对一些不受欢迎的政策的看法。他将会用淡米尔语发言，谢谢各位，谢谢。Hello, Mr. Abdul Rashid.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, fellow citizens. I speak Tamil to you all. Thank you for your listen. அன்பான வாக்காளர்களே, ஒரு ஜனநாயக சமூகத்தில் நல்ல ஆட்சி அமைய அங்கு முறையான சாதனைகள் மற்றும் சமநிலைகள் அங்கு இருக்க வேண்டும். மக்களால் தேர்ந்தெடுக்கப்பட்ட நாடாளுமன்ற உறுப்பினர்கள் அவர்களின் குரல் விருதியளிக்க வேண்டும். அதன் மூலம் இயற்றப்பட்ட சட்டங்கள் சரியானவையாக என்று அது சிங்கப்பூர்களுக்கு பயன் உள்ளனவா என்று உறுதி செய்யப்பட வேண்டும். ஆனால் ஆளுங்கட்சி நாடாளுமன்றத்தில் உள்ள 87 இடங்களில் 80 இடங்களை தக்க வைத்திருப்பதால் அதன் அரசியல் அமைப்பு கடமைகளை சரியாக செயல்படுவதில் இருந்து பாதிக்கப்பட்டுள்ளது. இதன் மூலம் தகுதியில்லா நாடாளுமன்ற உறுப்பினர்கள் தேர்ந்தெடுக்கப்பட்ட நாடாளுமன்ற உறுப்பினர்கள் முக்கிய மசோதாக்களின் மீது வாக்களிக்க முடியாது. மக்கள் செயல் கட்சியின் கட்டுப்பாட்டிற்கு கீழ்ப்படிந்து வாக்களிக்க வேண்டிய நிலைமை உள்ளது. இந்த நிலைமை மாற்றத்தக்க சக்தி உங்கள் கையில் உள்ளது. நீங்கள் மக்கள் செயல் கட்சியை தவிர்த்து வேறு கட்சி வேட்பாளர்களுக்கு வாக்களித்தால் பிறகு இந்த மாற்றத்தை நீங்கள் சரி செய்ய முடியும். நாடாளுமன்றத்தில் இன்னும் அதிகமான மற்ற கட்சிக்காரர்கள் இருந்தால் அவர்கள் பல பிரச்சனைகளை தெளிவாக விவாதிப்பார்கள் என்று நம்பிக்கை உங்களுக்கு ஏற்படும். அதே சமயம் ஆளும் கட்சி சிங்கப்பூர்களின் பிரச்சனையை ஊர்ந்து கவனிக்கும். தேசிய ஒருமைப்பாட்டு கட்சி தொடர்ந்து அதன் திட்டத்தில் இருந்து எங்களின் உறுப்பினர்களை குரல் கொடுப்பார்கள். சிங்கப்பூர்களுக்காக நாங்கள் சிங்கப்பூரை நேசிக்கிறோம். அதன் எதிர்காலத்தை பற்றி அக்கறை கொண்டுள்ளோம். அதனால் எங்கள் கட்சியில் NSP ஆண்களும் பெண்களும் படித்த பட்டதாரிகளும் திறமையானவர்களும் எங்கள் தலைவர்களும் எங்கள் கட்சியில் இருக்கின்றார்கள். சிங்கப்பூரை மேன்மையான நாடாக உருவாக்க பாடுபடுவோம். எங்கள் மீது நம்பிக்கை வைத்திருந்தால் எங்களை ஆதரியுங்கள். உங்கள் அன்பான ஆதரவுடன் எங்கள் கட்சி உறுப்பினர்கள் நாடாளுமன்றம் செல்ல எங்களுக்கு ஒரு வாய்ப்பை கொடுங்கள். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Thank you, Mr. Abdul Rashid， 谢谢阿杜拉西先生，他也是一位在政治领域里面挺有经验的一位候选人，他代表国民团结党在你们这个区里面竞选，希望得到你们的支持。Mr. Abdul Rashid is one of the candidates in this ward, and please give him the support and give him a chance to serve you in this ward, please. 接下来是蒋财正先生，他将会针对一些国家的课题发表他的看法。蒋先生早期毕业于南洋大学，他是一位商人，他曾经一度是一顺中的国会议员。So the second speaker is Mr. Chiu Chai-ching, graduate from the Nanyang University and now is a businessman. He also was the MP of the nation censor. Tonight, he wants to talk about some of the national policies and his plan for McPherson SMC. Please welcome Mr. Chiu. 蒋先生，请。
各位听众、各位来宾、三八湾区的居民，还有这边不知道有没有麦波森的居民，因为我是代表国民团结党在麦波森竞选。然后我今天要向你们讲的，是关于政治制度的问题。有2点，现在我觉得非常重要，所以要跟你们提出来。第一点呢，就是我们希望国会能有多一点的反对党国会议员，因为目前的反对党议员非常少，所以在国会里面很多重要的课题，还有重要的政策，那么执政党他们说了就算了，所以这个是一个不健康的现象。所以我希望你们能够选更多的反对党进入国会，使到一些重要的一些政策行动党不能够很轻易的通过我们不要让行动党为所欲为我们就是希望国会有更多的反对党议员，那么理想上就是我们最少要有1/3以上多一点的反对党议员这样才能够有效的监督执政党这是第一点。所以希望你们思考这个问题，那么多多支持反对党，再使到我们的国会有更多的反对党那么在辩论课题方面也会比较精彩第二点呢，就是关于我们的国会我希望我们的国会能够有一个多元的国会因为新加坡是一个多元的种族社会，也是多元文化的社会，所以我们希望有不同的声音在国会这个是我们的一个就是一个期望。另外一点就是因为我们有看到执政党他们很怕输，所以常常修改选区各种各样的政治制度都是以他们的利益为主，所以希望有多一点国会议员在国会就能够阻止这种现象所以我今天讲的这个国家问题就是主要注重在政治课题，那么其他的民生问题好像医药啦、交通还有其他的问题等一下我们的其他的演讲员演讲人他们会在经济部跟你们说明这个是我现在所要讲的第一部分。那么第二个部分呢，就是因为我是这个麦波森代表国民团结党在麦波森竞选，所以我要向麦波森居民跟他们讲如果我在那边竞选成功我将要做些什么主要有4点 第一点就是，如果我中选呢，我就会做一个全职的市政会主席，那么就全心全意的替他们服务，那么我会在麦波森那边设立一个麦波森基金，我会用这个基金来帮助麦波森居民，如果他们有什么财务问题就可以用这个基金。那么这个基金呢，我们将会由市政会来监管，那么慢慢的我们就增加这个基金的这个款额。首先呢，我会把我全职主席的薪金全部拿出来，扣除所得税之后，全部作为这个基金开始。那么过后呢，我们慢慢的用这个基金来投资增加使到这个基金越来越多那么我们也准备向慈善总监申请准证使到我们可以就是去接受公众的捐款这个是第一点那么第二点呢，就是我会在区内主办更多的活动，增加这个就是加强麦波森区的居民他们的凝聚力跟互相帮助的干绑精神这一点非常重要。居民如果能够互相照顾，然后他们的生活就会更好那么有什么问题大家都可以解决。还有另外一点，第三点就是我会去那边改善他们一些比较落后的设施，比较旧的设备然后如果有需要也会建设一些新的设备，那么为这个那边的居民提供方便，特别是老人那边因为麦波森区老人很多，上了年纪的人很多，所以我们的一些建设必须要考虑到老人的需要。如此一来我们就可以把麦波森建设一个更适合、更好的居住环境。最后一点就是，为了要实现各项计划，使到我们的计划顺利那么我们就会去跟一些慈善团体合作，那么我们也会跟基层合作那么共同使到麦波森区的居民有更好的福利使到这个麦波森基金越来越多我的演讲就说到这里，谢谢各位。
Thank you, Mr. Chiu. Now, please welcome our President, Mr. Sebastian Chiu. He will be speaking on various of these issues in the later stage. The next speaker is Mr. Chung Hon Hing. He is representing our party and contesting in Tampines GRC. He is a computing diploma holder and a business administrator. Although he's a newcomer in Singapore political arena, but he got a very, very concerned and elaborated view and opinion on various of the issues. And it's going to talk about the population problem and job opportunity in Singapore. 我们的下位讲员呢是钟汉兴候选人，他代表国民团结党在丹宾尼集选区竞选。虽然他在新加坡的政坛里面是一个新人，但是他对我国的很多的政策和措施都有他 独到的一些看法和建议。接下来呢，他将会针对我国的移民和人口问题以及工作机会这些问题提出他的一些意见和看法。我们现在就欢迎 Mr. Chong Hon Hing, please, Mr. Chong.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Chung Hong Hing. Let me start with a story. I think the most important thing that all of us face in Singapore, I'm sure every one of you will agree. So I will start with a story to make it easier for all of us to understand. I'm sure you know what is a fish tank, right? In a fish tank, for example, if Singapore is a fish tank, there's how many fishes? 2 million? 3 million Singaporeans? 5 million Singaporeans? Sorry, I'm not saying that we are all fishes, alright? But if we are a fish tank, I'm sure you know what I'm trying to tell you guys. The ocean is so big. You have the Pacific Ocean, the South China Sea. What other fishes do you want to put into Singapore? There are so many types of fishes. Since independence in 1965, Chinese, Malay, Indian and others have already learned to live together. How do we know? How do we know that we, Chinese, Malay, Indian and others in Singapore have learned to live together? How do we know? Thanks to all the other fishes that comes to Singapore. So much so that we know who is a Chinese Singaporean and who is the Chinese from other countries. We like them. We like the Chinese nationalists from other countries because they contribute to our economy. Same thing for Malays, Indians, and others. I'm sure all the Indians will know that we Indian Singaporeans are different from the Indians from other countries. Just purely by looking at their dress code. Sometimes when you see a Chinese woman who walk past and you see her carrying an umbrella, will you think it's a Chinese Singaporean? No, right? So if we in Singapore is a fish tank, honestly, we are just one red dot. How can you crowd us with so many other fishes? Just like in a room, I have complaints from people that now, from the residents, that our rooms are getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Just like we are going to follow Hong Kong and Japan. All your residents are growing smaller and smaller. Next time, our one-room HDB or our two-room HDB will become 500 square feet, 300 square feet. Do you want to live in that kind of environment?
No.
Well, people will say that there is a difference between Japan, Hong Kong, and Singapore. Because in Singapore, Singaporeans want to live in a comfortable 2-room HDB, 3-room HDB, 4-room HDB. But the foreigners that goes to Hong Kong and Japan, they are just going there to work. So they just work and then go home. Work, go home, and after some time, they will go back to their own country. Is this what's going to happen to Singapore too? are all the foreigners that come into Singapore to work, go home, work, go home, and then go back to their own country. If all the foreigners go back to their own country, then there will be a vacuum in Singapore. But what is the vacuum? Our rooms are so small. So I'm sure you all will understand the fish tank theory that I'm talking about. Our land are scarce. How much land can we reclaim? Next thing, related to this fish tank theory of overcrowding of other nationalities in Singapore. Basic demand and supply. When there are more people in Singapore, there is an increase in demand. So the supply must go up. But if the supply don't go up, then do you know what will go up? All those who go to wet market, bargain for food, for fishes, for crabs, for seafood, they will know. The price will go up. Because there will be too many people fighting for the same number of goods. The same number of fish in the wet market. The same number of HDB in the HDB market. The same number of condos in the private market. So naturally, the price will go up. That will cause our cost of living to go up faster than our standard of living. So this overcrowding will also affect our jobs. Naturally, I'm sure you heard of the saying, 大鱼吃小鱼. So if in Singapore with all the small and obedient fishes, what will happen to us? We will be replaced by foreign talent, not only from the higher echelon, not only from the management level, from the middle level, and also from the lower income level. I'm not shy to share with you. When I was in the school days in Singapore, I was also working as a waiter. For 1 hour, my pay is $3 per hour. I work full-time, I work part-time, more part-time than full-time, just to kill time. So if you have a lot of foreigners come in, they will replace even a simple job as a waiter. So I hope my fellow citizens of Singapore, we can have a good thought about this. Yes, we have 40 years of good life. But I think for the past 10 years, it's a struggle. And stop killing yourself. Don't say that it is for the better good. When you make yourself struggle, you should be happier. Are you all happier? Obviously, I don't need to say. Anyway, if you are happier, then I bless you with your happiness. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chung. 最近很多行动党的老将都开口说话了。他们说，这一届的大选是要选未来的接班人，讲好多次了，讲好多年了，听了都累了。为什么不是把这届的大选让人民、让群众来检验他们的各种政策和措施啊？为什么不说这届的大选应该让各个政党和人民来谈一谈，为什么行动党不敢归还他们的 CPF 呢？ 这才是大选应该谈的问题。他们说：“哎，你们的眼睛要睁开啊，亮一点哦，别乱选人啊，选错人啊，新加坡没前途了。”他们说：“要选要有素质的，要可靠的，要有诚信的人进去国会。”我们来看一看，他们阿育黎区败选了之后，他们原来的候选人去了哪里？ Where is BGU? Where is 单位化 ？After they lost the they run away. 他们不肯面对现实。The son of Bongo, Mr. Goh Pun Kun, is during the by-election at Bongo. He mentioned that I am the son of Bongo. 吴宝亨先生，他在蒙哥竞选的时候，蒙哥那次补选的时候，他说：“我生长在邦格，我是邦格的孩子。” Where is he now? Now he's already shifted to Ang Mo Kio GRC. 为什么他不敢面对败了之后的局面呢？为什么他不敢保守他的家园了？ Bongo is Mr. Goh's hometown. 连自己的家园都不敢保卫的人，可以保家卫国吗？可以为人民做事吗？我怀疑。还有朱梅庆，还有王一康，以前输了，现在出来躲在集选区的尾巴里面，跟着他们进去。为什么不敢面对考验呢？ Those they have lost in the last election, those BAP ex-candidates, they have lost at the previous election. Why don't they fight in the same war again? Why now they all hide under the GRC umbrella? 他们应该出来面对考验，面对人民对他的最后的审判。Without further ado, the next speaker will be Mr. Yazid. He's our members of the Central Executive Council. He had contested one election in the past, and this is his second contest. He's going to talk about issues of the Malay community. His attention, Yazid 先生将会是我们接下来的一位党员，他也是我们党里面比较资深的一位中委，他曾经竞选过一回，这是他第二次的竞选。他要谈的是关于新加坡马来群族的所面对的一些问题。我们欢迎 Mr. Yazid, please.
Good evening, dear fellow Singaporean. 晚上好。各位，你们好。我不大会讲国语啊，对不起。Salam sejahtera dan Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh kepada kaum muslimin dan muslimat. Memang wajar masyarakat Melayu Islam mendapatkan seorang anggota parlimen yang berani mengetengahkan isu-isu masyarakat dengan jujur. Masyarakat Melayu Islam secara umumnya tidak lagi hanya ketinggalan, tetapi semakin tertimbun dalam satu ranca underclass. Mungkin anda segelintir yang berjaya secara individu, tetapi prestasi keseluruhan sebagai satu masyarakat bumi putra selepas 50 tahun berpisah daripada Malaysia menunjukkan betapa hinanya kita masyarakat Melayu, satu-satunya masyarakat di kalangan 4 kumpulan etnik di Singapura yang berpendapatan keluarga melalui pekerjaan jauh tertinggal di bawah paras nasional. Dan jurangnya semakin lebar. Anggota parlimen Melayu yang ada sekarang masih belum berani sanggup membina sistem Curriculum Special Assistance Plan yang secara terang-terang selama 35 tahun. menafikan hak masyarakat minoriti untuk mendapatkan pendidikan yang setara dengan menafikan pentingnya pergaulan silang etnik kepada pelajar-pelajar di sekolah-sekolah asal. Diskriminasi sistematik begini telah melahirkan graduan elit yang tidak pernah berinteraksi dengan masyarakat minoriti. Apakah pula berintegrasi? Elit-elit ini yang kemudiannya menjawab kedudukan tertinggi di pejabat-pejabat awam dan swasta. Maka terjadilah perbezaan gaya hidup di antara graduan sekolah elit berjenama dan graduan dari sekolah kejiranan. Cuba saja kita lihat penerima beasiswa PSC dan sebagainya. Sepanjang 10 tahun beberapa sahaja penerima yang berasal dari sekolah kejiranan. Yang lebih memudaratkan masyarakat Melayu Islam adalah apabila elit-elit inilah yang kemudiannya melakarkan dasar-dasar ekonomi dan sosial, hampir saja melupakan akan adanya masyarakat dari kaum etnik minoriti yang mempunyai adat-adat dan budaya yang berbeza. Saudara dan saudari, jika dulu sebelum Singapura digelar negara maju, peluang untuk mendapatkan beasiswa negara membangun dari Commonwealth dan sebagainya masih cerah. Tetapi kini, walaupun Singapura telah menjadi negara maju, masyarakat Islam masih lagi setara dengan masyarakat di negara-negara membangun. Berilah peluang bagi suara masyarakat Melayu Islam kedengaran di Parlimen. Di dalam satu seminar tentang peningkatan penglibatan dengan belia, di mana ramai peserta yang dihadiri oleh wakil-wakil dari badan-badan kebajikan, Dr. Yaakob Ibrahim, Menteri Bertanggungjawab bagi Ahli Masyarakat Islam berkata, lebih banyak langkah pencegahan yang harus diambil untuk membantu remaja-remaja Melayu kita yang berada di dalam kemaslahatan ataupun youth activists yang menghadapi pelbagai cabaran di sekolah ataupun di rumah. Persoalannya, dalam jangka kini yang dijalankan sejak 2006, apa yang sudah dilakukan AP Melayu kita untuk membantu dalam perbaikan situasi remaja-remaja Melayu yang kita berada dalam kemaslahatan ini? Seperti yang dapat kita lihat, mereka anggota Parlimen Melayu telah mula cuai dan tidak berganjak dalam memberikan apa yang dikeluarkan untuk maju menangani isu ini. Malah mereka tidak dapat imbas kembali langkah-langkah yang sudah mereka laksanakan. Menteri Bertanggungjawab Hal Ehwal Masyarakat Islam tetap menekankan bahawa remaja Melayu telah membuktikan kemajuan usaha dalam pendidikan. Pada masa yang sama, terdapat jurang yang besar antara remaja Melayu kita dan bangsa-bangsa yang lain. Malah tiada yang menunjukkan sembarang hasil dari segi peningkatan yang memberangsangkan dalam pendidikan remaja-remaja Melayu kita. Apa yang menunjukkan lagi sejak 2006, sebanyak $50 juta peruntukan telah dibelanjakan untuk gaji para anggota Parlimen Melayu PAP. Tetapi apa yang telah mereka lakukan untuk masyarakat Melayu dalam menangani isu pendidikan remaja melalui kita? Pertama, anggota Melayu PAP harus berhentikan diri menolak tanggungjawab kepada masyarakat untuk menyelesaikan isu pendidikan. Kedua, Menteri Pendidikan PAP dan pemimpin-pemimpin PAP perlu hentikan daripada menolak dan memberikan tanggungjawab ini kepada anggota Parlimen Melayu PAP dalam menerajui isu-isu berkaitan masyarakat Melayu. Oleh kerana mereka telah gagal dalam perkara ini dan oleh kerana juga mereka anggota Parlimen Melayu PAP telah mengetepikan dan menolak tanggungjawab ini kepada masyarakat. Walaupun pada seminar itu Dr. Yaakob hanya menyatakan untuk lebih banyak langkah dalam menangani isu ini, sudah jelas walaupun pilihan raya sudah semakin hampir, bila masih belum berikan dan menawarkan apa-apa dari segi cadangan maupun solusi untuk masyarakat Melayu. Walau bagaimanapun, untuk menyediakan dan membentangkan langkah-langkah pada masa ini sudah kelewatan setelah 5 tahun di Parlimen disia-siakan. Bertenanglah terhadap dakwaan rakyat Singapura bahawa hanya anggota Parlimen PAP saja yang boleh melakukan tugas dengan lebih baik dalam kerajaan. Ini tidak benar. Ini membuktikan bahawa penyataan ini adalah tidak benar. Malah jika rakyat Singapura menang, memang benar bahawa tiada ahli politik selain PAP yang boleh lakukan tugas yang lebih baik, memang sudah jelas bahawa dilihat dari segi kecekapan dan keberkesanan anggota Parlimen Melayu menunjukkan bahawa Singapura dalam masalah yang serius. Kami harap saudara dan saudari sekalian dapat beri sokongan pada kami, kerana suara kami adalah suara rakyat. Undilah NSP, jangan lupa undilah NSP. Dear residents of Sembawang, okay, I'm going to speak English. This is about household income from the work. Across all household income, the years 2000, average was 4,988. The median is 3,638. Year 2010, average was 7,214. The median income is 5,000. So, I categorize under ethnic group. Chinese household income, year 2000, average was 5,258. Median was 3,880. Year 2010, average was 7,326. Median income was 5,100. For the Malays household, year 2000, average was 3,151. Median income 2,709. Year 2010, average was 4,575. Median was 3,844. Indians household, year 2000, average 4,623. Median was 3,438. Year 2010 average is 7,664. Median is 5,370. Others household, years 2000 average 7,466. Median is 4,870. Year 2010 average is 11,518. Median is 7,432. The fact is that you have to think the median household income from the work for Malay household continue to remain under the national median and is widening. The difference between the national median and its Malay median was 929. In the year 2000, it's only 1156. In the year 2010, what about 2015? That's the difference. The difference is median household income from Indian household jumped from 200 below the national median in the year 2000 to 370 above the national median in the year 2010. Question: the real improvement of Singapore Indian household are figure boosted by the introduction of the new citizen from India. Median household income from work for household in others ethnic category was 1232 above the national median and is widening. In the year 2010, the difference was 2432. Looking at the average household income from work for household in other category, the difference is 4304. Above the national average, the difference alone is bigger than the median figure for Malay's household. How did this ever happen? There are figures for household income from work. What does it say? As some people are earning from work and getting pay increases faster than others, all the numbers of new residents at higher income bracket are artificially boosted. The figure for Indians and other ethnic category, how attribute Singapore and how household setting. Regardless, the rising average income of Singapore residents will inevitably push up the price of goods and services for many reasons. At the end, true blue Singaporean households that have not seen real income grow will bear the burden of unrealistic increase in household expenditure. In the year 2000, the population was 4,027,887. Out of this, 3,270,000 were Singapore citizens, of which 2,985,000 were permanent residents. 76.8% Chinese, of which 12% are graduate. 13.9% Malay, of which 2% are graduate. 7.9% Indian, of which 16.5% are graduate. 1.4%, others of which 27.5% are graduate. 754,000 were non-resident. In the year 2010, the population was 5076732 million, out of which 3,771,000,000 were Singapore residents, of which 3,230,000 were Singapore permanent residents. 74.1% Chinese, of which 22.6% are graduate. 13.4% Malay, of which 55.1% are graduate. 9.2% Indian, of which 35% are graduate. 3.3% others, of which 58.4% are graduate. 1 million were non-resident. In the year 2014, the population was 5,469,724. 3,870,000 were Singapore citizens, of which 3,340,000 were Singapore permanent residents. 1,598,000 were non-resident. Times to do the math. With all the happening of the past, is the PAP really a People Action Party or past activity party? Singapore will not stop running even if a new government enter parliament. All standing policy will continue with, because the ministry, the civil servant, defense, security will remain running. Because there are systems that are needed to execute policy, managed and introduced by the government of the day. You don't like to worry if the PAP topple. Changes in policy will happen as a new government sit and begin to review the process and standing policies and propose changes. These are micro, macro and municipal issues that require different intensity of focus and different priority at this point. Taking back Singapore is the most urgent. Dear residents of Sembawang and supporters and voters, ask yourself if you are paid your worth for the job you are doing. The product and service that are incessant in your life is worth the money you are paying for. Ask yourself if you are employed in the industry that will enhance your net worth and experience over time. Or are you taking compromise job that just to ensure food on the table? Are you underemployed? Because if you are, no PAP MP will speak up on you. Because all of them are required to toe the line and agree to the policy that is focused on putting money in their pocket, not yours. That is why need to vote the NSP, because Singaporeans deserve better. Vote NSP. Your voice will be heard in the parliament. I promise you to do my best of ability. Thank you. Good night.
Mr. Jajit. Thank you, Mr. Jajit. I make a mistake. I apologize about it. Mr. Jajit, actually he's a businessman. He's not a television. Thank you. 他是一个商人，刚才我把他的职业搞错了，把他搞成是一个技术人员，非常的抱歉 ，Mr. Jajit. Without further ado, the next speaker is also the candidate of Sembawang, Mr. Yuan 杨任元先生，也是这一区的候选人。他拥有大学文凭，大学的商业文凭。他目前呢是从事产业的工作。Mr. Yu holding a Bachelor of Commerce, now he's a real estate industrial. Is going to put up his opinion and suggestions on the national policies under the PAP government. Please welcome Mr. Yu.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, residents of Sembawang GRC, and all Singaporeans that took time to come here and hear us talk. We thank you for making this effort. My name is Eugene, candidate for Sembawang GRC in this GE2015. My team and I, we are here to serve you, serve residents' interests, and to be the voice of Parliament, as well as in Parliament. Some facts about me. I grew up in a small family of 2 siblings. I'm just like an average citizen, just like you. I go through local schools. I serve my NS. I have my meals in coffee shops and even kopitiams every morning, just like you people. I live in a HDB flat. I don't live in a private property. And I'm certainly not an aristocrat. With no rich parents to fund me through university, I have to work at the same time, take up a part-time study in a university. Life was very, very tough. I have no rich parents to hand me down companies, properties, legacies for me to have a very good life. Both my parents are retirees now, and I'm thankful that they do not need to continue to work. I'm thankful that they are able to find time for each other, to spend their remaining years of their life and enjoy their retirement. They can take time to travel, a walk in a park. I think these are qualities that Singaporeans are looking out for. Instead of working and working and working, where is the full stop? Sadly, how many of our elderly folks have this luxury? And we are certainly not as rich as some who thinks that owning 2 cars in Singapore is normal. It is not normal. You belong to the upper bracket. 80% of the Singaporeans are not there. Now, Sembawang is a very unique place. We have major MRT lines linking us directly to Orchard, Raffles Place, City Hall, and we get connected to Pasir Ris and even Jurong East by the East-West line very easily. That is provided the train do not break down. Thank you. We are very near to the Woodlands Custom. Over the weekend, do spend some time inside with a family. I think they have good food, cheap one as well. And we have 2 main expressways linking Sembawang to the rest of Singapore, namely CTE as well as SLE. We have the second highest number of Malay residents in Sembawang, and the median age group in Sembawang GRC is between 30 years old to 48 years old. In short, majority of residents are young couples in this age group, with kids maybe plus minus 10 years old, 12 years old. That is why NSP has fronted 3 young adult faces in this lineup, all below 40 years old, to contest in Sembawang GRC, alongside with 2 veterans representing each ethnic race, allowing us to cater to the needs of the Malay and Indian community, as well as the Chinese community. So we believe that we are a very balanced team comprising of different races, different age group, and we do add a motherly touch by having our youngest candidate, Miss Catherine Lim, contesting in this GE with us. At 26 years old, we have her standing up for you and with you. For residents who have not met her yet, up close and personal, rest assured we will get to see her one day. We apologize that we have only managed to walk the ground probably in the last 1 or 2 months, started to walk the ground. At the tender age of 26, she chose to stand up for Singaporeans amid all the online criticism directed at her. And despite that, she persevered. Bite the bullet, no complaints from her, and push on because of only one belief that she had and we had. And that is to speak up for Singaporeans. Like you. Like you and like you. All Singaporeans alike. So to the residents of Sembawang, please do get to know her better, for we know she still has a lot to contribute to our society. Thank you for your warm applause. Now, Sembawang is home to close to 144,604 residents, the last updated. Maybe the numbers could be lesser if we were to take out the newly drawn boundaries of Yishun, Woodlands. So to residents of Sembawang, a show of hands, okay, who have not heard of this place. Block 888 in Woodlands Drive 42. Anyone have not heard of this place? I believe all of you have. Proximity to Admiralty MRT, a very popular place in Woodlands. For the residents, I just want to highlight this to you that this part in Tree Grove, Woodlands, along with Mandai Tekong Park and Fragrant Woods are not within the Sembawang GRC electoral boundary division. Although they should be. Why shouldn't they be? They belong to UT Marsiling, where our counterparts, SDP, is contesting. We wish them the best. So while your neighbors are residing along that stretch of Block 860, 705, 601, anyone staying around that area, they belong to Sembawang GRC. In other words, you are looking less than 100 meters away from the comfort of your home, out of your window, and you belong to different GRCs. So this is a classic example of gerrymandering at its best, programmed or planned by our government for various reasons and for reasons that we may not understand, for reasons that we do not know, and they always tell us that we do not understand. And that is good for the residents not to understand. So the area at Block 888 is carved out strategically out of Sembawang boundaries. I mean, how can Yishun not be Yishun? How can Woodlands not be Woodlands? And how can Serangoon Central be a part of Marine Parade GRC? They are like 15 kilometers apart. To me, I feel that this is absurd. Who knows, one day Woodlands may belong to Jurong. Yes. Agree? Yes. It creates confusion for the residents, and the residents sometimes do not know where they belong to. Sometimes they belong to Nisun GRC, and sometimes Sembawang GRC. So in this case, how do we have accountability here? My MPs keep changing. Who do I look for? I have a problem right now. I contact Nisun Town Council for help. They say, sorry, it's not under us. Diverted me to Sembawang Town Council. Only to hear that, oops, it's not under us too. Diverted me all over the world. Spent a lot of my time waiting on the phone to the answering machine that they have specially created for people like us to frustrate us, so we hang up the phone and not ask any more questions. And I'm trying to find the right person to speak to. Is it so difficult? And after I do that, there comes the answer. We will look into it. Thank you for your feedback. So what happened? Honestly, nothing. The problem remains. Awesome. Very good. However, we in NSP wish to say this. To every single resident in Sembawang GRC, whether you are in Yishun or Woodlands, or even Canberra, Admiralty, as long as you fall within our boundaries. NSP would like to assure you here two things: that you will definitely be taken care of, and you can be 100% assured that we do not only appear during an election. We have been conducting our outreach diligently and walking the grounds in Tampines and McPherson for the past 10 years. We are here to stay. We remain committed to serving residents of Sembawang, Singaporeans, to the best of our abilities. That is, if we are given a chance to serve you and to represent you in Parliament. Please vote for us. So we have people telling us a couple of weeks back, nobody will serve and work for the well-being of citizens or residents if they are not paid well. Let us take this opportunity to tell them, bullshit. It's a load of bull. Most opposition parties that we are familiar with, including NSP being one of them, have been serving Singaporeans for the past 20 years. Unpaid. Are we even paid? No. All volunteers taking time, spending our time away from our families. For what? For people of Singapore. For the citizens. For people like me and you. For the welfare of all Singaporeans alike. I do not even want to start mentioning a certain individual who holds 64 positions in the private sector despite being an MP. So is the job of a minister supposed to be a part-time job or a full-time job? That is my question. It should be a full-time job. Any objections? No. They tell us that they remain here and they work for us. We feel for their actions often do not reflect that statement that they have made. And as far as I'm concerned, it's no wonder that residents were heard mentioning to me while we were doing our walkabout, staying here for so many years. The only time I see my minister is when I see him on national TV, National Day Parade. They say hi to me, or rather to the TV. Or I can go to Meet the People session. That is the only time where I can see my minister. And that being said, it usually takes at least a few hours of waiting time to be greeted by a grassroots leader, takes down your issue on paper, pens it down on a letter, convert the entire text into a computer, countersigned by the minister. The minister comes, drop by, say hi to you, have a good handshake with you, and say thank you for your time. Your issue remains unsolved. So if the PAP is truly committed to serve you, residents of Sembawang and Singaporeans, why are there always a long queue? Why must we wait 100, 200 numbers before it reaches us? The answer is very simple. The problem remains unsolved. It existed since day one, and it lasted till now. I'm not sure how many 5 years do we have left. Need to pass us by before something is done to help the residents. So as you have already knew, let me sidetrack a bit. My team and I from NSP have started to walk in Sembawang GRC like 1.5 months ago, probably 2. And we are very thrilled with this place. We are happy to be here. We are happy to meet all the residents, greeting us and telling us, do your best. The residents have been fantastic over here. Are you fantastic? Don't sound so fantastic. But I know you're fantastic, and please, you should know that you're fantastic too. We have received a lot of feedbacks during this short period, so please keep the feedbacks coming. Met a couple of people, give us so much feedback. help us to gather and learn about Sembawang more, and more importantly, let us try to solve the issues together, as a team. So I've been asked this question many times during our walkabout. Perhaps residents have highlighted some issues for the longest time. I heard that Sembawang do not have a market. Is that true? Is there a market in Sembawang? A big market, wet market? Is there?
Supermarket, China market.
I like the way you are thinking. And if it is true, we have a problem. It tells us that PAP, being here for the longest time, have not been too concerned with what we need, our welfare, and perhaps they are not too bothered. Because 5 years come, 5 years pass. They are still sitting up there, enjoying their view from the ivory tower, getting their 16,000 paycheck. What have they done for Singaporeans? Policies that affect Singaporeans as a whole and affect us. They are very good at that, honestly. After all, most of them are parachuted from the civil service. So to them is, you see the tree over there, go and touch it, come back, you don't listen to me, you go and fly kite. Is that what we want? So without a market, how can residents be travelling to Bishan or even Ang Mo Kio for a plate of char kway teow or kway chap? Nor can they go there to do groceries and fresh food marketing. Because not everybody drives a car and not everybody owns one. So the question is, has there any action been taken all this while? Has our minister in Parliament proposed initiatives to listen to you and bring up your concerns for discussion so that action can be taken, remedies can be done, and help can be rendered to the affected residents? Or is he only hearing and not doing anything? Allow me to explain a little bit on this. A lot of people think that hearing and listening is the same thing. You are half right, you are almost there. Hearing and listening is almost the same, but a little bit different. Listening is an action of man's natural ability of hearing and reacting to it with measures and action. Hearing, on the other hand, can mean I hear you, but I need not react to you. I need not do anything. I'm just hearing, left side in and right side out. How many of us have seen people like that? It's just like a noise. It comes, it irritates you, and you hope that it goes away after some time. Now, isn't that sad, fellow Singaporeans? Our voices are not heard by the people that is most important, by the people that can change the life for us. And we are made to believe that nothing can be done about it. Accept it, move on. It is our way of life. Ask yourself this, is that true? I don't think so. Something that has baffled me for a very long time, that is, if 60.1% in 2011 voted for PAP, why is our parliament having 80 out of 87 seats in parliament? The numbers are wrong. They simply do not tally, because 80 out of 87 seats is 90%. It should be 90%, not 60.1%. Am I right? Unless my math fails me, but I'm pretty good at that, so don't worry. So do we want a minister to represent us in parliament who cannot and will not say no to the party whip, even though the policy is bad for Singaporeans? 6.9 million population, ladies and gentlemen, 6.9. Singapore is currently at 5.5. We are crying out every day. We are praying that MRT don't break down every day. We see people of different nationalities every day, everywhere, speaking foreign languages that perhaps we do not understand. This 6.9 million white paper policy, population policy, is just passed through the bill in Parliament, almost like the speed of a high-speed rail that we are going to build in the near future. The only people that say no to this population policy because they realize and they understand and they see and they know that this is wrong. They are the oppositions. There have been many complaints about Workers' Party not doing a good job. Honestly, I think they are. If NSP has the opportunity to go up as well, I can assure you that we can do as good job as them, and we can be even better. Because we have the heart, we have the commitment to serve the residents. We walk the ground ourselves, not depend on grassroots people to go and talk to the people and then after that revert back to the minister. They don't hear you, honestly. So do you want a minister who tells others to commit harakiri? Harakiri means you take a knife, you kill yourself, generally. How many people in Singapore or in the world have the courage to do that? Trust me, it's not easy. When they themselves should consider this option for the numerous failures and lapses that have happened in the last 5 years. I don't want to talk about Masalama, it is past. I don't want to talk about MRT failures, transportation, CPF, minimum income, minimum sum, and so on and so forth. There are so many things. Do we want a minister who encourages Singaporeans to go to JB Nursing Home in Johor Bahru and maybe die there one day? And for the record, your MediShield can be used, I know. I'm in real estate. But so what? Do we really want to do that? Or do we really want a minister to tell us Singaporeans that our children do not need to get a degree if they cannot find jobs and go on to invite foreigners to come in to our uni to get a job at the expense of Singaporeans? Do we want a minister to tell us that public housing will always be affordable because they are the one who set the price for your BTO? Remember this, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Singaporeans, the definition of affordability of someone there and people like us is totally different. It varies. Your affordability may not be mine. Your Kate Spade bag that you buy may be expensive to me. The BMW that I have, maybe, hopefully, in the near future, may not be cheap to you as well. Just taking an example. So do we want ministers to tell us to repent, fires come, fire pass? Honestly, what has happened? Nothing. We are still, Aljunied is still Aljunied. They are still standing strong. The residents are still going on with their life. A show of hands, how many of you have dreams in Singapore? When we were young, how many Singaporeans who was born in the 70s and in the 80s were asked of this question on the first day of school? What is your dream? Or in Chinese, 你的梦想是什么？当然，这个不是中国好声音。This is GE2015, NSP's first rally in Sembawang GRC. We are talking very, very seriously right here. Can you tell I'm very serious?
Yes.
Why? Because it concerns us. It concerns me. It concerns future generation to come. And our kids as well. I remember that most of my peers and friends dreams to be a lawyer, a doctor, engineer, rocket scientist. And as we grow up today, realizing that, of course, not everyone can fulfill that. But it's not important. Importantly is, we have dreams. Or at least we used to have. How about the younger generation now? What dreams do they have? Play with iPhone? Samsung? Play with my iPad? Go to tuition? Study hard? Get a degree? Go to have a good job? Promoted to the highest position perhaps? And after that, you receive the golden handshake telling you that we no longer need you because we have someone out there that can displace you with only 1/3 of your salary. Then what happens to this group of people? Maybe taxi drivers. If they're really good, they can be self-employed. If they have some savings, they can do some investment. So how about the younger generation right now? So with that, NSP believe a few things, okay? We will not allow our dreams for a better Singapore to fade away and be taken away from us. We will not allow our aged parents and elderlies to be collecting cardboards and empty cans, only to be told that they are doing this just because they're exercising or because they treat it as a hobby. We will not allow foreign talents to come into Singapore, take our job and livelihood from us, only to be told that bringing them in will be for your own good. Is that really true?
No.
Come on, guys. You can do better than this. Is it really true or not?
No.
We will not allow our public housing meant for Singaporeans to be affordable, to be unaffordable, and be misled into thinking that earning 1,000 or less a month can buy you a flat. Can you?
No.
Probably I can. With the different subsidies, but the subsidies don't come easy. You don't fall into that group, you're screwed. Even if you really can, your house don't need to pay for SP services bill. Your house don't need to buy groceries to feed your people, feed your family. So that's so difficult for us right now. We will not allow healthcare in Singapore to be profit-driven. Sometimes we call it healthcare tourism, and cause all Singaporeans to have this feeling that we can only die but we cannot ever be sick. We will not allow ministers to tell us that locking up our CPF, not returning us in full when we reach the maturity age of age 55, is for our own good. It is our money to begin with. Come on. We are perfectly capable people and financially literate to manage our own money. Anyone want to agree with me on the CPF issue? 55 years old, take back your money. This is yours anyway. Running out of time, but let me finish. We will not allow ministers to tell us that increasing the GST is for your own good. In fact, NSP issued a press statement asking the Finance Minister, Starman, can you assure Singaporeans that the next 5 years there will be no increase of the GST to 9% or maybe even 10%? Today, we have received a response. He said, definitely, we will not increase. Why? GE is here. They want your vote. What happens after that? How many times have we seen such cases? So we will not allow our transportation core infrastructure to fail, only to have incompetent ministers telling us that this is our fault because we go up the train system together. That's why the train system must fail. And then she scratched her head and wondered, why are Singaporeans so unhappy? Try taking MRT with me. Peak hour. Jurong East Station, Woodlands Station, Yishun Station, Tampines Station. And you will understand what I mean. We will not allow a 6.9 billion population white paper to be implemented faster than a bullet train in the name of GDP growth without considering the repercussions and consequences that may affect Singaporeans and our way of life. We will not allow our children to believe that a degree will do them no good. And if they cannot find a job, what's the degree for? We will not allow them to tell us that JB is a better place to retire. Go to an old folks home. It's cheaper, you can use MediSave, and sometimes you can look at Singapore over the Straits of Malacca from the comfort of a JB home. We will not allow them to tell Singaporeans to leave Singapore if you are not happy. Somebody said that if you're not happy, get out of Singapore. Ladies and gentlemen, dear fellow Singaporeans and residents of Sembawang, is this the Singapore we want for our next generation? So in closing, I would like to urge Singaporeans and residents of Sembawang GRC to think again. What exactly are you voting for? We need ministers who are able to walk the ground, connect with the people, listen to your people's concern, not just hear, left in and right out, but listen. And you must be capable of bringing this up in Parliament. Be the voice of residents. They have voted for you. Don't let them down. Remember that it is your children's future that you are voting for. It is Singaporeans' future that you are voting for. Do not be afraid of change. Change is necessary for progress. Do not be afraid to vote for opposition. The old folks will tell you, better not, you get into trouble, rubbish. Do not be afraid to speak up to the ruling party that we, Singaporeans, we really have had enough. So fellow Singaporeans, we did not come here to fear the future or to fear the change. Neither did we come here to make up for the numbers in Parliament. We are here to create a future for our children and for our youth, our young adults, and we are here to shape it. Shape it the right way that benefits all Singaporeans, so that it becomes a Singapore that belongs to all true blue Singaporeans, where all Singaporeans can proudly call this place our home. NSP still believe we can make it, although it's difficult. NSP still believe that we can replace or fine-tune some bad policies with better ones that will benefit Singaporeans as a whole. NSP still believe that together we can do many great things if we put our heart together. So let's make that happen. Let's create history. Vote for opposition. Vote for NSP. Singaporeans deserve better. Vote us into Parliament. Let us be a voice in Parliament for once. I would love to ask Mr. Carl on some policies on real estate, since I'm good at that. I would love to work towards a better future for all Singaporeans. So you guys have been amazing tonight. I thank you for your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Yeo, NSP candidates of Sembawang. Yes, please, it's time for you to vote for a change and vote for your future, because all Singaporeans deserve better. Please give us a support and give us a chance to serve you in this one. NSP， 时间到了，是你们使用手上神圣的一票的时候了。5年一次，不要浪费，不要错过，让行政长知道，在他们手上的很多政策是错误的，让他们知道，人民是有力量的，让他们知道，不要选举得了政权之后就为所欲为。Thank you. Our next speaker is a lady holding a master's degree in professional communication and is a project director. Catherine Lim Dong Jin. 接下来是位Catherine Lim， 她是我们这次所有的候选人里边的一位女性，她拥有专业大众传播硕士的文凭，也是一间公司的项目的总裁。他要跟你们分享他对我们国家一些政策的看法。Please welcome Catherine Lim.
家晚上好。刚刚听到很多英语的演讲，现在我用华语先跟你们演讲一下。很谢谢你们今晚抽空来听我们的群众大会，谢谢你们这个大选的支持。我相信大家那么累都还来参加我们的群众大会的目的是跟我一样的，对新加坡现在的现况是不满的。你们到底满不满意？我经常问自己，作为新加坡人，我现在是否快乐？我经常会问我自己，我所付出的到底有没有回报？如果你的答案跟我一样是不的话，那今天这次的大选，请你用你这一票来跟政府说，你现在是不满意的。
好啊，我给你啊，这票。
谢谢。过往这几年，政府经常告诉我们，经济年年都增长，成绩很好。但是为什么我们新加坡人的生活质素却不成比例，一点都没有提高过？为什么我们新加坡人的消费能力也没有提高？为什么我们新加坡人的收入也没有提高？不过那么多的没有，有一点却是提高了，就是我们的物质，就是我们的屋子，我们的生活费，我们的交通费，通通都提高了，是不是？
是。
政府也曾经说过，会带给我们一个瑞士式的生活，将新加坡打造成亚洲的瑞士。的确，他们是做到了这一点。他们提供了我们瑞士式的交通费、瑞士式的房价、瑞士式的物价，样样都是最贵的。面对这些，政府依然引来外来人才，跟本地人竞争工作。他怕你们做得不够辛苦，再帮你们多一把，是不是这样？无可否认，我们的国家还在发展的路上狂奔，得到很好的增长，但我们的生活却没有。新加坡的人的生活没有进步。要改变现在的状况，我们就要靠自己改变。这个是你们的国家，新加坡人，只有你们可以改变你自己的未来。不要只顾着给政府操控，将新加坡带到不知道去哪里的方向，你们跟也跟不到，你也不知道要跑去哪里。我们要得到我们应有的，我们要为我们的下一代建设更好的未来，我们要为自己的将来选择最好的。现在年轻的一代，甚至年长的一些，他们每天想的不是什么，只有想着要工作，工作还是工作，因为他们每天只为了生活，只为了工作忙个不停，但是到最后全部跑去哪里？跑去 CPF 里面，这些钱你们动不到的，你们用不到的，为什么要放在里面？为什么你们不可以用？这是你们自己的钱，你们辛辛苦苦赚回来的。除了去了 CPF， 还要去交房屋贷款，要给你们的儿女教育费，等等等等。为什么会这样？因为我们的部长跟我们说，你退休后就可以去新山住，因为那里的生活费比较低。这个意思是什么？他是为你好，他叫你去那边住比较便宜，因为他知道你的钱全部放进去 CPF， 全部给他们控制，全部都给了生活开支，全部给你们的儿女做教育费，都剩下不少了，你们也没有钱在新加坡生活了，是不是这样？你们还有钱剩吗？没有。所以 他是叫你们贡献完给这个国家后，再做最后的贡献。快点离开，没有钱就不要留在这边，过去马来西亚退休。好，你把我们投进国会，我们叫他回去，好不好？阿公阿嬷，你们是建国一代，你为我们的国家贡献了一生，他现在敢叫你去新山住，有没有搞错？他有没有问题？我想问部长，那你自己的阿嬷是住在哪里？现在的新加坡人一生都在供 CPF、入息税、GST 等等，这些都是为建筑美好的新加坡。但是为什么到最后我们新加坡人不可以享受自己的成果？不过你们也不可以怪部长，因为我们的国家发展部也是这样的，他们说我们会建更多2房式的主屋，到时候更加多人可以负担主屋。那么我们现在的3房式、4房式、5房式又怎么办？那些已经是我们不能负担的了吗？为什么要建更多2房式？2房式我们也要供30年，3房式、4房式你真的不想要，因为我们也没有多少30年了。如果一个不小心我也没有30年，那我死了连屋子都还没有拿到，你说可怜吗？
很可怜啊！
许部长说的也没有错，因为他是负责国家发展的，他不是负责你家里的发展。国家好就是他的成功，你家里不好是不关他的事的。成家立室也不关他的事，教育增值也不关他的事，因为香港、日本、韩国等也在相应的增加国民的学历，以此增加国家的实力。而我们要求增加大学资源时，部长也这样说，你拿到文凭有什么用？你都不可以找到好的工作，你的文凭可以拿来吃吗？不可以。所以去读这么多书做什么？为什么他这么说？我真的不明白。因为大家在新加坡都有良好的教育，这是我们新加坡强大的要素之一。而且我们本土的大学学位也不断提供给外国的留学生，还是在补贴的情况下。反观本土的大学生，要是给更贵的学学费到海外求学，这是什么政策？政府到底有没有关心你们？政府现在叫你离开新加坡。回到我们日常生活，我跟你也是差不多，我们有时候也是要搭地铁，有些人都是要搭地铁，主要都是搭地铁的。但是现在我们搭地铁都怕，你不知道他什么时候要停，整天都要休息休息。政府不知道你们口停手停，他们每天停也是有16千薪水进口袋。为什么会这样？因为 MRT 根本都不能负担我们现在的人口。为什么这样的设计，一个这么大的计划，它都没有考量到配合人口的增长？是 SMRT 真的没有想到，他想的只是向股东交代，每次发生事故还要我们纳税人取钱出来帮他维修，这样的道理说得过去吗？各位，我是很年轻，但是我有自己的看法，但是也不代表我只顾自己行事。我喜欢听取别人的意见，无论是支持我还是反对我的，我都会听，因为我知道要从当中，我才会学习的更多怎么解决困难的想法。 我也知道，只有不断听取别人的意见，才能替别人解决困难。这是我的宗旨。无论是现在、明日，还是将来，我都会是这样。你们现在的政府都没有听到你们讲的话，所以你要把我们投进国会，让我们帮你出声，让我们帮你发声。不然他只是当耳边风，因为你们在下面讲太小声了。PAP 不断的称赞自己过往50年的功劳，他做得多好多好，立下了不少功劳。我们是很感谢他，没有错，没有他们，我们也没有今天的新加坡。但是现在已经是2015了，我们看的是看将来，不要一直看过去。看过去有什么用？时间会倒流吗？不会。你们只会越来越老，不会越来越年轻。但是他们的口袋会越来越多，越来越满。我们不要一个只是在来临大选的时候才看到改变。这样我们每年都要大选，我们反对党很辛苦，你知道吗？我们是志愿人士，我们没有他的 pocket 这么丰这么厚，你知道吗？每年要大选，人民辛苦，反对党也辛苦，只有政府最轻松。请给我们一个机会，让我们为你服务，让我们兑现对你的承诺，把这一票投给国民团结党。谢谢。Good evening, fellow Singaporeans. I'm the candidate for Sembawang GRC. One of the reasons why I joined politics is because I belong to the generation to come. I hope to represent the voice unspoken, the voice that needs to be heard. A perspective because I, like many in this demographic, want a voice to how Singapore can continue to be. Before I begin, I would like to ask, Singaporeans, have you had enough?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
Have you had enough?
Yes.
Okay. Singaporeans, you need to be louder because PAP cannot hear you. Are you ready to stand up for this election to fight for what you deserve?
Yes.
This is better. Tomorrow, rally even louder. Singapore has progressed tremendously over the past few years. Government reported growth every year, even in times of uncertainty. However, have our lives improved in the tandem of the economic growth? Did we have better spending power?
No.
Did our salary increase faster than the price of products that we consume?
No.
Did we enjoy a better transportation service for the increased fare that we pay?
No.
This is ridiculous. Don't be afraid. Stand up and tell the government this. This is ridiculous. This is not what we Singaporeans deserve. Did we bring home more money for our family and ourselves when the so-called foreigners is coming in and they say it's to create better jobs for us? Did you bring home more money?
No.
Did you get more money from your employer?
No.
Did PAP give you more money?
No.
He take more from you. So why you still vote for them? I don't understand. Very good. This is not the word Singaporeans. Our Minister of National Development told us to reconsider to retire in JB. Usah lah bo. If you cannot afford to stay here, go to Malaysia. He said the monthly cost of keeping a resident in a private nursing home in Singapore, you can stretch it easily and pay at least 2.5 months of nursing home in JB. 阿公阿嬷，你们是建国一代，这句叫你去先刷听，有理有无？ Anikon Gambo. Singaporeans, did you work your whole life to contribute in CPF, income tax, GST, and many more to make Singapore a better place? But it's not for you to enjoy. Only the government is enjoying right now. But we cannot blame him, because he is our Minister of National Development. It is his job to focus on national issues and directions, not Singaporeans' issues and welfare. That's why you need us. You need the opposition. You need NSP to be here to look after your issues and welfare. Recently at our national rally, PM Lee said they will introduce more two-room flats so that it makes it look affordable, makes it more affordable for Singaporeans to own their own flats. I would like to ask, does that mean our 3, 4 and 5 room flats are not as affordable to Singaporeans now? Singapore is growing, but our house is growing smaller. Our income is growing smaller. Our pocket is growing smaller. Mr. Kaur said they are the ones who control the prices and supplies of HDBs. And he is your MP for Sembawang GRC. Guys, wake up! Who did you vote into Parliament?
We vote you.
Is this what you deserve?
No.
Is this who you vote for? To take money from you? You have a choice. This year, all Singaporeans have a choice. So please think carefully and vote wisely. When Mr. Kaur was responding a suggestion that government should set aside more university places for ITE and polytechnic graduates, he said that a degree is meaningless if they cannot provide a good life and a good job, because it cannot be eaten. There seems to be a recent surge of calls for Singaporeans to be less obsessed with obtaining a degree. But why are we being discouraged from pursuing tertiary education? Is he being realistic at all when a good degree is regarded as a preliminary qualification for most jobs? Further, any Singaporeans who don't get into local college goes abroad. 4 in 10 graduates in the resident labour force are given to the foreign students. Many local universities places are also given to foreign students for free and at a highly subsidized rate. And we Singaporeans, where do we come? Singaporean students has to go overseas with an exorbitant fee to get a degree and come back to compete with these so-called foreign talents invited by our government. Is Singapore's world-class education system catered only for the catered only for the foreigners only? How about our Singaporeans? I'm sure that many Singaporeans have also expressed various aspects of transportation challenges we have in the country. Particularly, our transport is essential in our daily lives. Let's just take our recent MRT issues for example. It seems like our system cannot cope with the volume that it has grown now. I would like the government to work on the root cause. Why are we always having so many breakdowns? Why are we having so many disruptions? But you sit in nice car, having a chauffeur drive you around. Is this fair to Singaporeans? No. Because MRT does not affect them. It only affects you. First, to prevent the new lines being built to suffer the same cost, we need to study the root cause. Second, to implore the relevant bodies to administer corrective measures boldly to set it right. It may affect shareholder values in the short run, but will be returned favorably from the midterm when it is set right. In saying so, the master plan of MRT needs to be reviewed. If London, Tokyo and other major cities can have excellent network to enable switching conveniently between lines and have buildings and roads planned to integrate system, why was this not anticipated and built accordingly to project population increase? Why do Singaporeans have to suffer because they want a 6.9 million population? Is this what you want?
No.
Do you want to become a minority?
No.
Singaporeans, this is your home. Please stand up and fight for what you want. Fight for what you deserve. Stop being afraid. Because you are always afraid, you talk so soft. They know you are scared. So they know you for us. So tell them this election, we are not afraid of you anymore. We want to see a change. We want to see more Singaporeans in Singapore. We don't want to go to JB or Malaysia to retire. PAP has been focusing on their success in the past 50 years. But what we are talking now is the future. Please stop looking back. Our people want you to look forward. If you keep looking back, how can you bring us better life? The next 50 years is what we want. We want to look at more long-term policies that can help to sustain Singapore. Not policies that come in only during election time. We, the opposition, don't have so many money to have election every year. We don't have 16K of salary every month. We don't want to see policy change only during election. We want a more proactive government rather than a reactive one. Not the ones that only react to your issues when they are being pushed and questioned. We want the government to come to you and ask you what questions problems you are having. Not you telling them what your problems are. If you have given PAP 50 years of chance, why can't you give the NSP the next 5 years of chance? Why can't you give NSP a chance to prove to you that we can improve your life? We only need 5 years.
MP certificate. Yes.
Two is for my ask you hear it and so report it here. Question our for the infrastructure. I'm going to so I or OK 我的票一些那一个问题其实970你们970我们党的议员在点点东西，就是我把第上2届想改的一个，就都非支持执政的，建国变的，不但是要影响大的，这些会室外每卖到合格没，我们其实不是主要的目的，从你。知道我们刚才问在690卖酒店，人家医院多交还没有100万的生活钱好，会比可能我们因他们资源，我们拥有也许有人土地，说我的土地其实另一当进入新，其实打6% 的建设应该。估计会是100因为物质你卖到外，应该提我们的政一间问题现在我问你好不好？你们我们的道。
现在我们and he is a 建工项目拿起来，其他们再把。
Foreign for SASI. I'm very it's a very salary. This one 415 possibility. 上好，阿伯呀，我们可以NSP 马伟。我是黄建也创业，马林百列的人4家了。 主席张，我们选居民能给为你票，但多变由他们逼人，很开心。不过好吗？不，让你还整新加坡不公正的奴隶。再跟他讲，想问他们那条好汉，有条件力加入人选加委听我们开证的，拿新加来。Once again, hello Singaporeans, thank you for GRC. I'm private sector in Singapore. They should present how to get to UNC. They are telling the Singapore now under of our suggestions, not a chance. The PAP is still determined to push through their policies, their 6.9 million population policy paper, and they know they can. You know why? Because we do not have enough credible opposition in the parliament. Please help to tell your friends, explain to them, convince them, vote for us. Vote for NSP to be a credible voice in the parliament. But before you vote for us, let me tell you why you should vote NSP. Recently, my friends and I were having lunch, and they asked me, "Hey Spencer, are you going to contest again?" I replied, "Yes, why not?" They were surprised, and one of my friends said jokingly, "Brother, your buttock itchy ah. 2011 one time not enough, you want to contest again?" Well, I asked, "My friend, is your Penang Laksa nice?" "Of course it is. Why are you asking whether my Penang Laksa nice or not? It's better than the one I tasted in Penang." I agree with you. But when I grow old, I still want to eat the Singapore version of Penang Laksa in Singapore, not in some old folks' home in JB. Because in Singapore, we do it better. And I definitely want my parents to spend their retirement years in Singapore happily with me and not across the causeway, which is not my country. Do you want to cast your parents to JB? Very good. This, my friend, I said, if I do not do my part as a citizen of this beautiful country, I'm letting my parents down, letting every Singaporean down. Because this is our country, and we cannot let her be slowly taken away from us. Let those who advocate sending our parents into JB go into JB themselves and enjoy themselves there. We keep our family together and not break them apart. What kind of government wants their citizens to break their family apart? Go home, think about it. What kind of Singapore you want? What kind of government you want to lead us into the next 5 years? NSP is the first political party to question our finance minister. Is the government going to raise GST after winning this election? NSP is extremely concerned about the burden placed on our citizens all these years. But the PAP tried very hard to discredit the opposition parties by referring us as nomads, and we have no interest in the people's welfare. We are not nomads. I would say PAP is like hermit crabs, living in their own shell, in their own world. By changing the electoral boundaries every election, PAP is making a mockery of the residents. One moment I'm a Nee-Soon resident, suddenly I'm a Sembawang GRC resident. PAP is destroying any chances for our young to develop the kampong spirit and identity with the place they stay in. By adopting such unfair methods, I would say they live like hermit crabs, only concerned with getting a bigger shell for them to hide in. Do you want such leaders to lead you in the next 5 years? I would say no. We cannot turn a blind eye to what they are doing to us. we must stand up to them and tell them enough is enough. And stop giving us excuses and give us back our money. Return our CPF. All along, we know that HDB has the power to control the supply and in turn the prices of our public housing. On August 25, 2015, Mr. Kao has said in an interview, we have leverage over the supply and we can always adjust the supply, expand and reduce as necessary. So what does this mean? The recent property cooling measures is another good example of how the government can manipulate the property prices. NSP proposed an alternative policy in our manifesto which allows Singaporeans to buy their first HDB at cost plus, meaning that you and me, Singaporeans, can save a lot of money to be invested in other areas of our life, such as our children education, cushioning yourself against the rising standards of living, and allowing you to truly have a retirement fund that you have full control of. But why is PAP not willing to allow Singaporeans to purchase public housing at a more affordable rate and allow us to have a better standard of living? But they did re-emphasize again and again, $1,000 is enough to afford a HDB flat. Do you believe that?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
You must believe. Yes, you can. But you will have no more money left for other things in life. Not even food. Then you can go to the Meet the People session every week and wait for handouts. NTUC vouchers. Now this is the kind of life the PAP want us to have. $1,000 is enough to afford a HDB flat. I wonder who did the math for them. I'm very worried for our next generations to come. My parents' generation typically took about 15 to 70 years to clear off their housing loan. For me, I have to take up to 35 years to clear off my loan with the CPF scheme. How many years will our children take when their time comes? The thought of it never failed to scare me, and I couldn't sleep well. With the upcoming 6.9 million population policy, which will come true, Paya Lebar Air Base will be gone to cater for this population increase. Will HDB tighten up the supply or increase the cost of owning a HDB flat, as PAP has created a huge demand from these newly minted citizens? So, do you think PAP understand the people's needs?
No.
Do you have enough money left every month?
No.
No? They say because you are asking for a lifestyle that is beyond your means, it is not their responsibilities. What kind of government is this? Do you believe PAP will understand the definition of retirement? I don't think so. Their definition, when you grow old, keep yourself fit by picking up cardboards. It's a very good form of exercise and can kill a lot of time. Singaporeans, we cannot keep doing what we have been doing. We cannot keep letting the PAP having the absolute power to do whatever they want, whenever they want, in the parliament. If we keep condoning PAP's policies to carry on, then we deserve to be replaced by foreigners, or who we commonly known as foreign talents, because we are not doing anything to defend our own rights. It is your duty and my duty to make sure this does not happen. We have so much at stake and we have gone so far for our country. I want to represent the people of Sembawang GRC, the people of Singapore. But win or lose, we shall fight on, I shall fight on, for what is right, for a better life for the people. So please, dear voters, give us your vote. Vote NSP and send us into the parliament. We will fight for you, voice out for you, and defend you. Will you vote for us? Will you vote NSP? Voting is no longer just about us. It is for our children and their children, our future generations. Please give us your vote. Vote NSP because Singaporeans deserve better. Thank you.
Thank you, Spencer. 谢谢王庆红先生，三八湾的候选人。现在邀请我们党的秘书长林鼎先生。Now it's a turn to invite our Secretary General of the Party, Mr. Lim Tin, to speak. Mr. Lim is a legal advisor, graduated from the Cambridge University, holding a master degree of law. 林先生是一位法律咨询的顾问，毕业于英国剑桥大学。他现在拥有的是法律硕士文凭。下来我们有请林秘书长 Mr. Lim Tin。
Good evening, residents of Sembawang. I'm very happy to be addressing you tonight at this rally for Sembawang GRC. I have only a few minutes to speak to you, but first of all, let me say this. We have put forward a very young and energetic team to contest Sembawang GRC. Our candidates are ordinary Singaporeans, like you, yourself. We are not drawn from the civil service. We are not drawn from the army, from the police. We are ordinary people like you. And why is it that so many Singaporeans always complain that the PAP is out of touch, that they cannot connect with the ground, that they don't understand how people feel? It is because they are not the average Singaporean. They don't understand what we go through in life, what we experience in life. But our candidates, I can say, are representative of our society. And don't be awed by so-called highly qualified people who are standing as candidates, anchor ministers in every GRC who have to lead a team in. Because if you put energetic people who are willing to serve you with good heart, I'm telling you, this country will be better off. Sembawang GRC will not be worse off. Thank you. On the 11th of September, my fellow Singaporeans, we elect members of parliament. We do not elect estate managers. If we were electing estate managers to run your estate, I will be the first to admit I am not qualified. But I think elected MPs are able to appoint suitably qualified estate managers to help them run town councils. The PAP produced an 81-page manifesto. Very lengthy manifesto. But if I can summarize their whole theme for this election, I can distill it down to 4 points. A misguided nostalgia of their past 50 years leader, the town council issue, which they are battling it out with the Workers' Party, fear-mongering as usual about how Singapore will collapse if PAP MPs are not voted into Parliament. And number 4, how your estate will deteriorate. The last 2, ladies and gentlemen, have been the same message of theirs for the last 35 years. I am 50 years old today. I have been hearing that message since the 1980s. I think you will agree with me. That message has remained since 1980. And they want to talk about town council, they want to turn the whole election into a municipal election. And they want Singaporeans to forget about national issues. But when you forget national issues, when your members of parliament do not speak up for you in parliament on national issues, what do you get? You get the influx of foreign workers. You get overpopulation. You get a relentless rising cost of living. And you get policies like no withdrawal of CPF upon hitting 55, which was what all Singaporeans agreed to originally. It was a promise. A company, for them 10 years down the road to tell you, I'm sorry, I'm not returning you the money in 10 years' time as promised. I'm now dragging on for another 20 years. This is what you get when your MP doesn't speak up for you in Parliament to defend your interests on national issues. Do you want that? Or would you rather just concentrate on local issues, municipal issues all the time? I ask you. Because I think national issues ultimately affect everyone more than just local issues. It not only affects you, it affects your children and future generations. So, ladies and gentlemen, I ask you to bear in mind, of September, you are electing members of parliament to represent you in parliament, to speak up on national issues that affect your lives. Do not fall into the trap of the PAP who are trying to persuade you to ignore national issues and to concentrate on local issues. And I can tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, our manifesto may only be 6 pages, but those 6 pages contain the 4 issues which every Singaporean is talking about today. And we know this when we walk the ground in Sembawang, in Pioneer, in MacPherson, in Tampines. To us about CPF. People come to us to talk about the rising cost of living. How difficult it is for them to put their children through university. The rising medical costs. Overpopulation. The breakdown of infrastructure. And these are the things, ladies and gentlemen, which the NSP is going to keep addressing throughout this campaign. We have done that for the first 5 days of this campaign. We are going to do it for the remainder. We will allow the PAP to talk about issues that are not relevant to people's lives if they want to. I hope that this is the first of 4 rallies you will come to listen to us. We plan to have 4 to 5 rallies in this election. I know I didn't have much of a chance to address you tonight, but on other nights I shall be going into more substantial.
This candidate, Kevin Lim, Spencer Ng, Eugene Yeo, Yazid, and Mr. Abdul Rashid.
Thank you. You guys. Thank you. Good night. Thank you.
Oh my god. Yeah. Let me hold again. Let me hold. Just talk a bit. Yeah, you have to find two. Okay, so right now we are just going to be looking for interviewees. The NSP rally has just ended. There have been a total of 9 speakers, with all 5 speakers from NSP contesting for the Sembawang GRC ward speaking tonight. So the 5 main issues that are being raised up tonight, that will be CPF, rising cost of living, the rising medical costs, the transport infrastructure, the inadequacies in our current transport infrastructure, as well as the issue of foreign talents. So right now, let's just look for some people to speak about what their opinions for this rally are. We go to the other side. Okay, because we are in the media area right now, so we have to make a big detour back to where the original audience is actually standing. Let's try to speak to this lady.
Thank you.
Hi, we are from Happy TV. Can we ask you a couple of questions? No? Okay. Yeah. Come. Let's try to go back to the rally ground and see if there are actually any, still any people left. I hope there are. Let's try. Hi, we are from Happy TV, which is an online media channel. Can we ask you a couple of questions about the rally?
Happy TV,
yes.
But I'm not so happy. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. Just a few questions about the rally. Yeah.
Actually, I have a question, but I'm going to ask the candidate.
Sure. Can we interview you instead? One of you? Is it possible?
I need to get an answer from her.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I can get back to you again.
Sure, we'll be around here. Yeah, thanks. Let's try the two guys over there. Hi, sorry, you're from Happy TV, which is an online media channel. Can we ask you a few questions?
Camera shy.
That's okay. Thanks. Let's see who else we have got left. Let's try. Hi, we are from Happy TV. We are an online media channel. Can we ask you a few questions about the rally? Yeah? No, it's okay. It's just to ask you some opinions. Okay. Now looks like we are kind of running out of luck today. Let's try him. Hi, we are from Happy TV. We are an online channel. Do you mind if we ask you a couple of questions? No, that's it. Okay. Seems like we're really running out of luck today. One more. Hi, can we ask you a few questions? It's just a couple of questions that will be really fast.
Is there already.
Yeah, okay. It's okay. Let's just head back and see who else we have got over there. Hi. Oh, okay. Thank you. I think he probably not. Just wait here for a second. Just for information, it's slightly after 10, and I think the police have strict regulations about what time the rally attendees have to disperse from this area. Let's just try a few others. I found a friend. Sam, can I ask you a few questions?
No,
just a few questions will be fine.
I'm working.
That's okay. Yeah. Oh, we did ask them already. Yeah. Just maybe wait for a little while.
I think your thoughts are quite good. Actually, it's a matter of going nearer to just go by.
I told her just one, then she said one was okay. Let's have somebody wants to call. Guys, all the best. Thanks. No, you just said guys, all the best. Yeah, like the best.
放空了啦，够了啦，拍到很多千了啦，够了啦，够了啦。
那个就可以。 Sorry, sir. Can we speak to you for a second? Can we ask you a few questions? Maybe at the side. Is it started? Yeah. Yes. So actually, we still have one of our a pair of our attendees from the rally just now. So luckily, okay. Is it your first time at the NSP rally?
Yes, first time.
Okay. And are you living in one of the wards GRCs that contested?
Yes.
Specifically the Sembawang GRC ward?
Right.
Yeah. So how do you find the rally just now?
The rally was good. Okay. I learned a lot of things.
And you know, at the rally they talk about past leaders, you know, the past 50 years and on the leaders who built Singapore. You know, one of them is also like the late Lee Kuan Yew, right? So how do you and you know what do you think will the impact be on this election without Lee Kuan Yew now that he has passed away?
The impact, Lee Kuan Yew, okay, now Lee Kuan Yew has died. Okay, he's passed away. Whenever people mention about Singapore, people will think about Lee Kuan Yew. You ask anyone. Okay, let me tell you the fact. Even right now, 3/4 of the Singaporeans don't believe that Lee Kuan Yew has died. No one believe. Why? Because when he is alive, he already put so much fear in you. This is what I feel.
Okay. And so do you think we have a credible opposition at this point in time?
Credible opposition, much better compared to the previous one. But I think it's getting there.
And do you want to see, for yourself, do you want to see more opposition in Parliament, and why?
Okay, as far as I'm concerned, opposition, we got 9 opposition and 1 PAP. Regardless of opposition or PAP, I just want a government that can take good care of us. Okay. But now, PAP has already proven that the PAP cannot take good care of us. So we got 9. We are left with 9 choices. So I hope that one of the parties will form a government.
So what do you think about some of the things that the government has introduced in the past? For example, like the Pioneer Generation Package.
Pioneer Generation Package is good, but you have to realize that there's certain criteria for you to use that package. It's not as easy as you come to the counter. Hello, I want to use this system, Pioneer Generation, and okay. No, they have to. There's a lot of steps for them to verify that you have fully, utilize your that, point A, point B, point C, point that, and it's not easy.
And you know, in view of one of the biggest topics that the opposition and the PAP has is always about town council management. So what are your views about on the Aljunied Hougang Punggol East Town Council issue?
Okay, this is my view. Okay, I'm not representing any parties. I'm just a man on the street. Okay, as far as I'm concerned, okay, I may be right, I may be wrong. Okay, to run a town council is so. As for me, I say again, I did not represent anybody. I need to represent myself. To run a town council, you need an honest man with belief, with strong belief. Okay, what are your belief? You must have a book of belief. What do you believe in? Do you believe in the Singapore Constitution? If you want to be then you have to follow the book. If you follow the book, then you can run town council. On top of that, you have to be a man who believes in religion. If you believe in religion, you believe in God, you will do a good job. Only the belief of religion will stop you from doing dishonest thing.
So what are some of the issues that you are concerned about specifically for these elections?
For this election, I'm concerned about the Malay minorities. What are the Malays in Singapore? What path are we going towards? Okay, I read this said by the candidate. Okay, when I read this, I thought that this is written by a Malay candidate. But this is not written by a Malay candidate. This is written by a Chinese Singaporean candidate. A Chinese Singaporean candidate says that in time to come, the Chinese going to become a minority. Okay, if Chinese become a minority, then what do you call me? What do you call the Indians? What are you going to call the others? That's why I just update on my Facebook with a title, excuse my language, shit has just got real.
So do you think the NSP has actually, through its rally today, looked at coming out with proposals that will address some of the issues that you are talking about?
Again, proposal, suggestion are always good. But the man or the lady behind that book, he or she going to uphold what he or she believes. Okay, I can give you 1,001 suggestion, 1,001 ways. But if I'm not a truthful person, if I don't believe in any scriptures, back to square one, brother.
So what about some of the other issues like CPF? Because there are a couple of issues that have been talked about today: rising cost of living, rising medical costs, as well as infrastructure issues. Are these of concern to you for the coming election?
Definitely. I mean, everybody will end up going to hospital. Me, you, he, she. Okay, definitely everybody is concerned.
And do you think the PAP, back to the town council issue, do you think the People's Actions Party has been fair to the Workers' Party in terms of what has been going on so far?
You see, I just said, okay, the PAP has they call it a manifesto. The WP has a manifesto. Now my question is, the man behind that manifesto. Okay, if you believe that you're going to do your job properly, then but now you see two parties, spitting at each other. Why are you spitting at each other? If you claim, both of you claim that you are here to serve the people of Singapore. That's why I said I hope to see a righteousness man to come forward. In a party maybe there's 12. I just hope for out of that 12, one will come out. Because in Singapore, what worries us most is whether you are going to take my money, steal my money, make it disappear. But I don't have that worry because I know that you are right person to do the job because of what you believe in. So the Workers' Party or the PAP, you got to ask them what do you believe in? If you want to be a true Singaporean, follow the Singapore Constitution. Talking about the Singapore Constitution, Article 152 reminds the government to take care to protect the Malay minorities. But what happened to the Malays now? What happened to the minorities? And it's so sad that even those who did not fall under the category of minorities feels that they are minority. So if you feel that you are a minority, just imagine us. Just imagine us. We can't blame the law. The law is there, 152. So if you want to be a good Singaporean, follow the book, follow the law. If you want to be a good Muslim, follow the Quran. If you want to be a good Christian, follow the Bible. If you want to be a good Hindu, follow the Vedas.
So just a final question. So who do you think you will vote for this coming election?
I still have till September the 19th. So I've been, following religiously, this election to this party. Yesterday I went to Radin Mas. So today I went to this Woodlands. So I will follow in order. Because I have 3 grown-up child, boys, one serving NS. So the other 2, one going soon, the one still schooling. So, I'm worried for my children and for my children's children. So if the government screw up, my generation screwed, man.
Great, thank you very much.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I hope to be happy.
Sure, thank you. So this actually wraps up our day 3 at the general election rallies, and this is specific at the National Solidarity Party's rally at NSP at the field opposite Block 687A Woodlands Drive 75. And this is Darius signing off one last time from Happy TV, and thank you for staying with us. Good night.